Alright, so here's another Grand Wagoneer for Dummies video. On these old Grand Wagoneers, there's several little problems that you might run into. Hopefully we can help you figure them out relatively quickly. This is in 1987, but what we talk about here might be fine on other years also. So you went and watched a Netflix movie and you thought it'd be cool to buy an old Grand Wagoneer, and you got it home and you want to take it for a ride, or maybe you just wanted to do an old photograph of you and your golden doodle in the back seat. Well, anyway, you tried to drop the tailgate and the rear window wouldn't go down. So if the rear window doesn't work on the switch on the dash and you try to get it to work with the key and it still doesn't work, here's a possible quick little solution that might help you get the tailgate open. So first of all, in case you don't know, you have to drop the window before you open the tailgate. So just keep that in mind. So what you want to do is on the driver's side, remember these Wagoneers have been sitting since 2007 when the gas crunch came along and the old guy forgot everything about it when he sold it to you. So what you want to do is you want to put your hand right here and give it a little push. You might be able to feel that there's a little bit of looseness in your tailgate. Maybe there isn't, but this just is a quick little thing. Just give it a little push there while you're turning the key, and that might let it go down. You want to hold it. Now I can't do the camera and the key at the same time, but you hold that area right here in a little bit of your weight. You can maybe hear that moving a little bit. And if that works, that just means you might need to adjust your tailgate, or there's basically a safety switch inside here. You can actually see it when we open the tailgate, which we'll do in a second. So that might be a fix for you. Or if you get the tailgate down, the glass down, and it doesn't want to go back up, one thing that you might want to look at, and I don't know if we can see it here, but just inside here, let's see if we can get some light. Yeah, we're not going to be able to see it, but just inside this area over here is where that switch is, and there's a plug that if you have some light you'd be able to see it. That you might be able to take, it might be a loose plug, so you might be able to take a flat screwdriver, stick down in here and kind of push against the plug to plug it in more. That might be an issue. Mine had that issue. The plug had been disconnected or became loose over time, and it would go down sometimes it wouldn't, but once I pushed that in, it started working fine again. So that's something that you might need to deal with. You might need to adjust the striker, so let's look at that real quick. So obviously there's a handle inside here that you lift up on. Now mine was pretty easy, I just used my hand, but sometimes when I first got this, you had to use a Sasquatch arm to get it open. And I'll talk to you about that really quick. You don't have to really disassemble it or anything, it's not broken probably. We'll get that open here. So you got your new Wagoneer, you basically want to lubricate everything you possibly can. All the little hinge points. And see, this right here is the striker. Hold on just a second. Alright. So that's the striker we were talking about, just on the side door of most vehicles, older vehicles. And then over here is the part that catches on that striker. So you might need to adjust the striker if there's some looseness in your tailgate. But here's that switch I was telling you about. It just basically moves back and forth. So basically there's a little pin right here, a little stud that rides on. And so it could be the tailgate's a little loose, this could be worn, it's just not making the contact it needs to push it back. Now a quick fix for that is you can maybe just tape it back and get it to work. So you could push it back yourself and see if the tailgate works. Well, it obviously does if you got it open, but just check that out. If it's giving you a lot of problems, like I said, you could tape it back. It's not a good safety feature to do, but to get you out of a pinch you can do that. But like I said, if it's really hard to work the handle on this tailgate, you basically want to put a bunch of penetrating oil inside all the cracks here, and then you might be able to spray down in there. So you might be able to see Let's see here. Can just barely make out that plug I was telling you about. Right down there. But spray down in there and you can actually see the latch mechanism inside there. With a bunch of penetrating oil, get that going. So that's one thing you can do. Also, you can take the carpet off the back here and remove all these screws. And then inside there you can take the penetrating oil, also a liquid wrench or PB blaster, and spray up inside here and get up in that area as much as you can, and then up inside here, inside the handle area, and then hopefully it'll free up for you. And again, there's a striker over here that you want to take care of. You might want to put some little light grease on the studs over here just to help it close. And then again, you might want to lubricate all these hinge points and then the hinges there, just to help it operate a little bit better. Hopefully this helps. And then once you have this door off here, you might as well go ahead and grease all the door and lubricate all the door gears, the window gears, the sliders, the guides, the rollers, everything you possibly can, and you might be able to double the speed of your tailgate window. So anyway, that's just a quick little video. If you guys have any questions, just post them in the comments. Thank you.